Many believe that strength reveals itself only when the world is watching. They imagine courage appearing in moments of noise, when conflict is loud, when pressure is visible, when an enemy stands before them. But they misunderstand the nature of a disciplined mind. The most important battle a man fights each day happens in silence, long before the world demands anything from him. It begins the moment his eyes open. At that moment, there are no witnesses, no rivals, no audience to praise his strength or judge his weakness. There is only a quiet choice waiting in the stillness of the morning. The body is heavy from sleep. Warmth surrounds him like a gentle prison. The mind whispers softly, offering delay, suggesting that rest is harmless and time is plentiful. Most men obey this whisper without realizing it. They turn over, close their eyes again, and allow comfort to guide their first action of the day. It seems like a small decision, something too insignificant to matter, but weakness rarely announces itself loudly. It grows through small permissions, through quiet moments where discipline is postponed. Each morning, a man delays action. He trains his spirit to follow comfort. The habit grows slowly, almost invisibly, until one day he discovers that his will no longer commands his life. Instead, he waits for the right mood, the right moment, the right feeling before he moves. This is the way fear quietly enters the mind. The one who seeks mastery understands something different. The instant his eyes open, the battle has already begun. The enemy is not outside. It is the small voice that suggests hesitation. It is the comfortable illusion that there will always be more time later. A disciplined man does not negotiate with this voice. He rises. Not because his body feels strong and not because his mind is fully awake. He rises because he understands that the will must act before weakness gains strength. When he stands up in that moment, he performs an act that appears simple but carries great power. He proves to himself that action does not depend on comfort. The body may resist, the mind may complain, but the command has already been given. This proof becomes the foundation of discipline. Many people believe motivation creates action. They wait for inspiration before they begin their work. They wait to feel ready before they pursue their goals, but feelings are unreliable companions. They arrive and disappear without warning. A life built on waiting for the right feeling becomes slow and uncertain. The disciplined mind understands that action must come first. When a man rises immediately, even when the body asks for rest, he teaches himself that his decisions are stronger than his feelings. This lesson is quiet, but it shapes every moment that follows. The early hours of the morning hold a rare kind of silence. The world has not yet begun its noise. There are no demands pulling the mind in different directions. It is a moment where thoughts can gather without interruption. Most men sleep through this silence and wake only when the world begins shouting. They open their eyes to messages, responsibilities, distractions. Their attention scatters before they have even taken a breath. They rush into the day already reacting to forces they did not choose. But the one who rises early meets the day from a different position. He steps into the stillness before the noise arrives. In that silence, the mind becomes steady. The breath slows, the thoughts become clear. Instead of being pushed by the world, he prepares himself to face it. This preparation creates a quiet form of strength that many never experience. Fear often grows in minds that feel unprepared. When difficulty appears suddenly, hesitation follows, doubt enters quietly. The obstacle begins to look larger than it truly is. But when a man begins each day by conquering resistance within himself, he trains his mind to move through discomfort rather than escape it. Every morning he rises despite resistance, the will becomes sharper. Every morning he defeats the voice asking him to remain comfortable, his discipline grows stronger. This is how fearlessness is built, not through grand speeches or dramatic moments, but through small victories repeated in silence. A man who cannot command himself in the quiet morning will struggle to command himself when the world becomes difficult. But a man who conquers his own hesitation before the sun rises begins the day already prepared for challenge. Over time, something remarkable happens. At first, waking early feels difficult. The body argues, the mind searches for excuses. It promises that tomorrow will be different, that today deserves rest. But if a man refuses to negotiate with these excuses, if he rises again and again without delay, the argument begins to weaken. The mind learns that its complaints will not be obeyed. Eventually, the struggle fades. The moment the eyes open, the body rises. There is no debate, no hesitation. Discipline becomes part of the man's nature. And with this transformation comes a quiet confidence. He knows that when resistance appears in other areas of life, he will not run from it. He has already faced resistance every morning and moved through it. While others are still asleep, he has already strengthened his will. While others are waiting for motivation, he has already acted. This is why the first battle of the day carries so much power. It sets the direction for everything that follows. If comfort wins that battle, the mind becomes slow and hesitant. But if discipline wins, the entire day begins under the command of the will. The sun rises whether a man stays in bed or stands to greet it. Time moves forward whether he delays or acts. But the difference between these two paths shapes the character of his mind. One path strengthens weakness. The other builds a spirit that cannot easily be shaken. A man who claims the morning learns something that few understand. Control over the world begins with control over oneself. And when he has conquered the silent battle at dawn, the rest of the world will never find him unprepared. Most men spend their lives running from discomfort. They search for the smooth road, the lighter burden, the path that asks little from their spirit. They believe that if life feels easy, they are moving in the right direction. But this belief slowly weakens the mind. A man who always chooses comfort trains himself to depend on it, and the moment hardship appears, his confidence begins to crumble. The disciplined mind follows a different philosophy. Instead of waiting for hardship to appear unexpectedly, it chooses difficulty deliberately. This may seem strange to those who chase comfort, but there is deep wisdom in it. When you willingly step toward struggle, you remove its power to surprise you. Cold mornings, long hours of work, moments when the body grows tired and the mind asks you to stop, these are not enemies. They are training grounds. Each time you continue moving despite discomfort, the spirit grows stronger. The mind begins to understand that pain is temporary, but the strength gained from enduring it remains. Most people meet hardship only when life forces it upon them. When loss arrives, when pressure grows heavy, when failure stands before them, they panic because their mind has never practiced standing firm. Fear grows quickly in a spirit that has always been protected by comfort. But the one who chooses hardship daily becomes familiar with struggle. Fatigue no longer frightens him, difficulty no longer confuses him. He has walked through discomfort many times before, and because of this, he moves calmly where others hesitate. In time, hardship stops feeling like an obstacle and begins to feel like preparation. Choose difficulty before life chooses it for you, and struggle will never have the power to break your spirit.